Now, is this going to record now?
Yes, we are now live.
Okay.
That says live on your computer?
It says live on mine.
That doesn't say live on mine, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, cross our fingers.
There it goes. Now it says it's live. Okay.
Awesome.
All right, so the Google Hangout on Air 2, I have the thing up. I'm not sure if you guys have it up. It says to update your group with the progress you've made in your research, report to your group with what you learned, then as a group decide which areas need more research and tell each other what proposed research still needs to be performed. I did most of my research just on the rise of heroin itself, and noticed that it's actually not heroin itself, it's from the pill mills being closed down. So everyone that was addicted to pills turned to heroin because it's so cheap and readily available. The other thing is the whole thing about the law enforcement and legislation changes. Nobody wants to focus on actually charging them and everything. They want to focus on treatment. So it kind of, I feel like we can't raise awareness because that's not what the research is telling us. That's the issue right now. So I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah. I even tried to, I guess there's a lot of new laws out. That's what I was looking for, is to see what the new proposals for initiatives were for helping. There are places that are trying to raise awareness, but a lot of it's having issues because you can't force them into rehab. You can't, like you said, the new laws are saying they can't get in trouble for reaching out for help, and then, of course, if they can reach out for help and it just reverses everything, well, then they're just going to do it again.
Yeah.
So, kind of what's out there is what's making, the new laws are kind of what's making it difficult to stop them from doing it.
So maybe not target the victims, but maybe target the dealers?
That's a potential.
Yeah, we could, because it says on one of the articles that I found, it said the issue is the initiation. Once someone starts it, you're going to become addicted. So the fact is trying to get people not to even get a hold of heroin, which would be to do something with the dealers and whatnot.
So one of the thoughts I had was, I know we all go through DARE in school.
Mm-hmm.
A, do they still do that? And B, maybe they should do it at later ages so that we can actually inform the people who are starting to use it and would actually understand all the different side effects and understand the true issue with starting it in the first place, rather than just teaching them to say no at a really young age.
Well, it does say that the group right now is from 18 to 25-year-olds, so she was right in the summary with saying that it is kind of college students, but what about the students that can't afford to go to college? I mean, you can't really target just college students alone, but it does say 18 to 25-year-olds is the main group right now for the heroin usage.
So maybe we aim to target the high schoolers before they even leave high school. Maybe part of the curriculum is to take an information type class.
Are they starting with that drug, or is that some other drug leading up to them taking heroin? Because you don't just take heroin out of the blue.
No, it was the pills like oxycodone and oxycontin that people were using, and then it's becoming too expensive, so now they're turning to heroin.
Heroin, which is cheaper.
Which is cheaper and more easily available to get to, because you need a prescription to get the oxycodone and everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's so difficult. We picked such a difficult topic.
We definitely did.
I think the most difficult part is to actually be able to do something to help it. I mean, because like I said, it's saying that it's for the addiction with the pills and being available to get and the cheapest and whatever else. It's like, how do you deal with that yourself as a student to be able to stop that type of thing? But I kind of like maybe we can initiate like a DARE program as like your senior year or something, or even if we do just narrow it down to college students, to 18 to 25-year-olds, raise awareness through that type of thing.
Right, then at least it'll reach a good portion, because most students tend to continue on, even if they do a community college.
Yeah.
Try to continue. Maybe not everybody makes it through, but most people at least get to that first year of college, one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what other age group besides college students, though? Can we
Well, it's not
target?
college students, like in particular. It just said groups or ages 18 through 25.
Which are typically that of college students.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. It says the people most at risk for heroin addiction includes whites, males, 18 to 25, people making less than $20,000 a year, Medicaid recipients, and the uninsured. So that kind of gives us a broad
like the lower
thing.
Class, like anyone in the lower income.
Basically, lower income, 18 to 25, someone that doesn't have insurance, doesn't have a career basically yet, Medicaid recipients. It says whites, males, but then it also says it's starting to get into females as well.
Okay.
So at the moment, it's just males are higher.
Males are higher, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Are we doing something with the college campuses or the USAT or?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is if we do continue with like the raise awareness and everything, maybe we can do it through the social media with the hashtag like we were talking about, and then also whatever we post on social media we can print out onto the paper and hang around the bulletin boards at USF, because I know we get free pages to print at USF.
Yeah.
Budget down is what he was saying.
Yeah. We could also do college student related hashtags, like we could do college life, so that it'll hopefully populate on college student aged pages and whatnot.
Yeah.
And just focus on the pills themselves, or like rather not the heroin, just at the starting point with the pills, and then include other stuff with the heroin, or I'm not sure.
I think we definitely have a little bit more research to do, and we're definitely going to have to narrow it down a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't have anything in front of me, so I can't go off of anything. But
I'm a little limited too.
Are we targeting mainly victims, or do you want to go extend towards like what the like law enforcement or EMTs want to do with like the dealing side of it?
I feel like we shouldn't go for the victims, but more or less everybody else around it to kind of help. Like,
I think once you start it, you don't want to get help. That's the thing. Like,
exactly.
if you're addicted,
you want to stop the initiation process.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're changing gears a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so. Focus on stopping the initiation. I don't know. I feel like we needed feedback from our initial proposal in order to continue to work to see if we're going in the right direction and having comments back, so it's stuck.
Found the initial proposal, so is that deleted completely?
She just sent an email saying that she made a hard copy of it and she just emailed it to us. Come, baby, go outside. So we might be able to get onto it to finish our proposal, or to finish our progress report and technical report tonight. But either way, I don't think the professor is going to be able to grade us and make comments on it right now. I mean, he helped us through the progress of it, but he didn't like try and say if we were going in the right direction. I think he was more the grading portion of it.
Yeah, so I think
I was emailing him too, and he wasn't really giving me like a direction to go to. It was like he wanted us to figure out what we wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I think part of it was hard too because we couldn't get that first Google Hangout to record for us. So he didn't really have that to gauge anything off of, I guess. Hopefully
I mean, once we do our progress report tonight, because we're not really saying anything in our progress report except what we've done so far, so we can still go ahead and submit our progress report, get information back on that, and then figure out this whole initial proposal thing she just emailed about, and hopefully get graded by next Sunday when our technical report is up, that we actually have to come up with the conclusions, because it says right here, when you brainstorm for arranging your technical report, you have to say how you narrowed your topic, the secondary and primary research, the conclusions that we're making about the topic, and what avenues of actionable solutions. So by next Sunday, we have to figure all this out. So we might be able to do it once we get our progress report in now.
Okay, so maybe for now we need to plan to keep doing research, and we've narrowed it down a little bit to more of the initiation, my goodness. The initiation of starting heroin, and then we can kind of wait until we're able to get a direct answer from the professor as to where we go from here.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. The next topic on the Google Hangout is to cover our progress report. Hold on, baby, I'm in a video conference. I'll be out there in a little bit. Cover the progress report like I sent in the Google Hangout. Most of it's just adding everything. I need your guys' input on what you've researched so far. Add in your works cited and everything. And then the summary is just we have to get the initial proposal introduction to add into that, and then the thing. I think it's more or less just adding on to your research. Of course, I can't find it right now.
Your part, basically.
Yeah, basically what have you researched so far, the websites that are included. The only thing that I see that's different in the outline versus the example is the outline says to do the evaluation of work in this period and then the conclusions and recommendations, but like the example itself doesn't like have any of that. So I feel like we should just add that on to the end, which will help anyways, because I think the one that I have right now is just 4 pages and it has to be at least 6 to 10.
Okay, so we'll kind of mosh-posh them together to encompass everything.
Yeah. And then the other thing, I mean, kind of in the example it says, like, when you do the summary, it kind of gives, like, a quotation of what you've learned, or, like, this one says, I've read and taken notes on so many articles, blah, 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 blah. I figured we would each do that on each individual person with what they've learned. Changes to the initial proposal we'll have to talk more about through the Google Hangouts once we finally get that email go through. And then the technical report, this outline that she has in here is like completely different from what outline he's saying, and I like don't even know what to do.
So maybe we should just restart the technical report outline. That way she's not the controlling party anyway, and then we can make it follow more closely to the outlines that we've been given.
Well, I do have the outline in the progress report right now, the basic outline that he gave us.
Okay.
So we can just fill that in, like it says, the informative abstract and the executive summary, the discussion, the purpose, background, scope. I think all that stuff is going to come back from the initial proposal. I mean, I know the scope was definitely one of it. The method of researching, I think we just need to write down who we talked to by the end of it, and then what websites we've used, summary and analysis of findings. I mean, a lot of this is, I feel like, just reiterating everything that we've already done.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of a mosh, mixing everything together and reiterating.
Our individual part and then put it together at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, because I mean, he says who's going to do what with the technical report, but I don't find it like the initial proposal where there's actually specific things that you have to do. And I mean, I guess someone can do like the abstract and summary, but the summary is just reiterating. Well, I guess we could do that. The abstract and summary is one. The discussion's a 4-part thing, and then the appendices you do together. I'm not sure, like, if we're supposed to be including her anymore in this. I mean, he said to make 2 different copies, but I don't know what we should do as in breaking up the items.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've done pretty good on each of us picking a part so far and doing what we're supposed to for it. So I think that until we really get some feedback in, we're kind of stuck as far as delegating tasks for the next piece.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. because we're kind of at a standpoint where we have no feedback on anything. So how do we do a whole nother report without any information on whether or not we're even going in the process that we're supposed to be going, or in the way that we're supposed to be going into?
Yeah.
The only thing is, I think just this week was the other last part of the hangout is, other than to assign the duties, which we're going to have to wait for feedback, provide an overall assessment for the group, what's working, what's not. Obviously not keeping your documents in the Google Docs shared with everybody is not working. Also, somebody's calling me from Illinois.
I was going to say we lost your picture.
This week, kind of sporadic.
Yeah, you guys are like cutting in and out for me, so.
Yeah, Tara's cutting in and out for me.
Yeah, Tara.
Someone keeps calling her. So as far as, we definitely, I guess for the security of everybody, we've each learned that once something's been finalized, once a document has been finalized, we should probably all just make a copy of it on our local machines so that if anything does happen, someone has a copy somewhere.
Okay.
I think Google Hangout chat is definitely working for our group. We're all pretty responsive, and then we keep everybody up to date in there. So I think that's definitely working in our benefits, especially with all of us having such different schedules.
Okay. So you created a new Google Hangout. Do we just use that one?
Yeah, let's
The
use
one
that one
without
for
Dylan?
now until he says otherwise, because I got that email from him too, to just wait until he gives us further direction for something different.
Okay. All right.
Right now, just for the Google Hangout portion of it, if somebody do the abstract and summary, and then the intro and
Hold up, I can't even hear.
Yeah, you're kind of a little break-up-ish. Somebody called you and messed it all up.
being Dylan, she just texted me saying that he was calling. Okay.
I still can't hear you.
Yeah.
Alright, well, looks like I'm done over here.
So basically, we all just will get the rest of our pieces in to the progress report by the end of tonight, so that we can all get it submitted, and then we'll kind of hang out for feedback from Professor, and then we'll kind of go from there once we get some feedback back.
All right. Who sent the last email to the professor?
I think Tara has the most recent email with the professor.
Tara? I
Yeah,
can't
there's
hear you.
no music coming through. We can see your lips moving.
I know.
I wonder if she's trying to reset it.
Is she doing that by her phone or her computer?
She was on her phone because her webcam on her computer didn't want to work. So I had to start one, and she was going to do it on her phone because her phone phone camera always works.
Yeah. Yeah, I have better luck with my phone than my computer.
Yeah, I think she does too. Oh. Can we hear you now?
Can you?
Yes!
Oh, yay!
You're not as loud as Felicia, but I can kind of hear you. A little bit.
What was I emailing about?
Nope, can't hear you.
Yeah, no.
We could for a second. Are you able to do are you able to chat at all?
I just sent you one. Let me see.
Let me see. Let me check my phone. What's going on? Oh, she asked what she was emailing. I'm just going to say that she had the most recent email with the professor.
Wait, is she sending us messages on Hangout? Yeah.
Yeah, but I have it on my phone and on my, because I'm doing Hangout. I'm recording on my computer and then I have my phone for the chat.
Okay.
So we'll all just keep in contact with the professor and then kind of go from there with our progress. Unfortunately, we're kind of at a stalemate because of the fact
And
that
I
we
don't have my stuff in front of me, and I haven't finished it, so I'll work on it tonight when I get home, and then share it with you guys. If you want to make any changes, you can.
Okay, perfect. So, well, as a recap, we'll all get our parts done tonight. We'll get it turned in, and we'll figure out our definite direction soon.
Okay. All right.
Alrighty, and then I'll check this after we end and make sure that it recorded the whole thing.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let us know. All right.